Hello everyone, my name is Hirok Jyotinath from Department of Mechanical Engineering, Dhemaji Engineering College. As today is the 15th of August, the occasion of our National Independence Day, we students of Mechanical Engineering Department honored to make a short documentary on the topic Role of Assamese Women in the Freedom Struggle of India. So, before I start, I wish you all a happy Independence Day. Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now that time comes when we shall redeem our peace, not wholly or in fully measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. But it was not easy as we think. The story of Indian freedom struggle is a saga of repression, of common cause uniting people of diversities, of countless sacrifices, and of loss of lives. It is a tale of bravery, of leadership, of endurance, of collective strength, and of people from all walks of life, including children and housewives, coming together to fight for a cause they believed in, the independence of their country. Many freedom fighters fought for the independence of our country and sacrificed their life. But not only men was involved alone in the freedom movement, but women also took active participation and showed their strength and valor. Women from all spheres of life valiantly fought alongside men to free India from the clutches of British rule. When India's freedom struggle attained the nature of mass movement, women from Assam also got involved in the struggle, while some of the prominent women freedom fighters like Kanakleta Barua and Bhageshwari Phukanani sacrificed their lives standing up against British, and others like Nalini Bala Devi, a renowned Assamese poet who was greatly inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, influenced other women by collectively come together and fight against British oppression. The women of Assam played a very important role in the Quit India movement. Women came out in a large number and took active part in procession, demonstration, and picketing. Many of them were enrolled as a member of Shanti Sena. As the male leaders were put in the jail, women organizers who were left outside shouldered the responsibility of organizing the movement. A small but determined section of women was much more radical in their activities. In 1942, the Mrityu Bahini, which is a suicide squad, was formed to carry out subversive activities in a more organized manner. Now, two of my friends, Mayuri and Lina, will continue by describing women freedom fighters and their contribution in our national independence.
British Bharat त्याग करा! British Bharat त्याग करा!
India's freedom struggle majorly speaks about the supreme sacrifices of men. When men were arrested during the struggle, a large number of women came out and took part in the movement. Indian history to a great extent spoke of the contribution of women in the mainstream, such as Aruna Asaf Ali, Sarojini Naidu, Sucheta Kripalani, and many more. However, a very few know about the sacrifice made by Shahid Kanakleta Barua, who attained martyrdom in her teens. Born to Krishnakanta Barua and Karneshwari Barua on 22nd December 1924 at Barangabari village of Gopur, subdivision of Sonitpur district, Kanakleta Barua was the youngest freedom fighter from Assam. Inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's Quit India movement, 17-year-old Kanakleta joined the movement. She wanted to join the Azad Hind Fauj. However, being a minor, she was not allowed to join and her dream remained unfulfilled. Rejection by Azad Hind Fauj did not deter Kanakleta from joining India's freedom movement, and she went ahead and joined Mrityu Bahini, a death squad. She was below 18 years when she joined Mrityu Bahini. She was granted membership because of her zeal of serving the country. She was subsequently made the woman cadres of Mrityu Bahini. After the martyrdom of Kushal Kuwar, the revolutionary camp of Gopur division of undivided Darang district decided to unfurl the national flag at the local police station on 20th September 1942 under the leadership of Jyoti Prasad Agarwala. Kanakleta, with the national flag in her hand, led the procession with the members of Mrityu Bahini. They were warned by the police not to proceed further or face grave consequences. When the officer threatened her that they would start firing if she moves forward, she told him to do his duty and she would carry on with hers. Undeterred by the warning, the procession continued to move forward and police started firing at them. As a leader, Kanaklata was holding the flag. She was shot and still holding the flag, making sure that the flag does not fall on the ground till Mukunda Kakoti, another member from the group, took it from her. While both Kanaklata and Mukunda succumbed to the police firing, their supreme sacrifice did not go in vain, as the tricolor was eventually unfurled at the police station, adding more fuel to the freedom movement. This valiant act of Mrityu Bahini only strengthened India's resolve to dethrone and further weaken Britain's grip on the country before eventually the country gained independence on the 15th of August 1947. As a mark of respect to her heroics in the freedom struggle, the first patrol vessel ICGS of the Indian Coast Guard, commissioned in 1997, was named after Kanaklata Barua. Her story may not find many historians to narrate, but through the valor and courage she displayed in her teens, she an inspiration for many. Chandraprabha Saikyani, one of the least known women who was not only a freedom fighter but also a social reformer, activist and writer who fought for women's rights and worked towards bringing social equality in Assam. She is Chandraprabha Saikyani, born on March 16, 1901 in a small village called Desingari in Assam's Kamrup district. Her father Ratiram Mazumdar was the village headman. As a child, Chandraprabha not only received an education but also taught other girls who lived in the surroundings. She was just 13 years old when she established a girls' school, bringing girls under a thatched roof and teaching them whatever she had learned in the school herself. Her revolutionary zeal came into play during the Nagaon session of the Assam Sahitya Sabha in 1925, where she called upon the women attendees who were seated behind a separate bamboo curtain to break the barrier of separate seating. This resulted in the destruction of metaphorical barrier between men and women, which was prevalent from decade in the society. Her participation during independence of India is also significant. She took proactive role in the civil disobedience movement of 1932 and non-cooperation movement of 1920 to 1921. In 1921, when Chandraprabha met Mahatma Gandhi, she was inspired to join the freedom movement. She spread the message of Khadi, boycott of foreign clothes, removal of untouchability, banning of opium, and other social evils. From 1930 onwards, she immersed herself in the freedom movement. She was imprisoned thrice, in 1931, in 1942, and in 1943. Nothing could dampen her indomitable patriotic spirit. Whenever she saw any injustice, her rebellion spirit rose to the occasion. Also, she was successful in mobilizing Assamese women in joining non-cooperation movement and also to fight for their right, which later paved way for the establishment of the Assam Pradeshik Mahila Samiti, which she launched in 1926. The organization, which is still running almost 100 years later, took charge of dealing with issues related to women's education, prevention of child marriage, employment for women, and emphasis on handloom and handicrafts. This was also Assam's first organized women movement and even today follows the ideals laid down by Chandraprabha. Chandraprabha faced a lot of difficulties in her personal life. She was criticized from the society for being an unwed mother, fought hard to give women equal right as men, but this did not deter her and she kept on fighting for the welfare of the women in the society.
Vishwari Putnani was one of the prolific female freedom fighters of Assam. Bhogeshwari played an important role in the northeastern states during the Quit India movement. Bhogeshwari Putnani, known as the 60-year-old Martyr, was born in 1885 in Barhampur, area of Assam's Nagaur district. She was a simple housewife and had a family of 8 children, 6 sons and 2 daughters, besides her husband Bhogeshwar Phukon. She was an active organizer of freedom movement in Nagaur. The Berhampur office of Indian National Congress had been seized by the British authorities in September 1942. The revolutionaries took back control of the office and decided to celebrate their feat with a feast. This, however, did not go down well with the authorities, who sent military forces under Captain Smith to take revenge. The joyous atmosphere of the feast soon turned grim and Bhogeshwari Krishnani along with Ratanmala led the mob. As soon as they confront Captain Smith, he snatched the flag from Ratanmala's hand. He fell down on earth. Furious by the disrespect to the national flag, Krishnani snatched the flag from his hand and hit his head with the pole of the flag. Faced by her actions, Captain Finney pulled out his revolver and fired at Bhogeshwari Krishnani, who fell down to the ground. She succumbed to her injuries and died on September 20, 1942. British had brutally shot and killed this courageous female freedom fighter because she had beaten the British officer who insulted the Indian flag. Her love and dedication towards her nation is an inspiration to many and will surely inspire hundreds of thousands of people in near future together with stories of other great female freedom fighters. Kiran Bala Bora. Kiran Bala Bora, who is also known as the first female freedom fighter of Assam, was born in 1904 in the village of North Heborgaon in Nagaur district of Assam to Kamal Chandra Pandit and Saroj Aitu. Summer of 1920 showed the resurgence of the idea that India should gain independence from British rule, especially after Jallianwala Bagh incident led by Gandhi. Hundreds of people participate in non-violent protests across India. Kiran was inspired by the sacrifices and challenges being endured by the leaders of the independence struggle and decided to participate. She started involving herself in the activities of the movement and gradually devoted all her time for it. Her efforts towards fundraising was a major factor that helped Congress gain momentum in northeastern part of India. Encouragement and cooperation from leaders like Purna Chandra Sharma, Mahidhar Bora, Haladhar Bhuiya and Devakanta Barua helped her turn into a strong freedom fighter. During this time, she also met Chandraprabha Shaikyani, a great writer, social reformer and freedom fighter from Assam. Kiran established a close relationship with her and worked for a lot of social causes under her direction. Kiran Bala Bora involved herself with activity of boycotting the use of foreign goods, one of the objectives of the non-cooperation movement. In one such incident, she burned all kinds of valuable foreign goods of her own house, including clothes, and then led others to do the same. Instead of buying clothes manufactured in Europe, she started spinning cotton and making her own clothes. In 1942, the Quit India movement was announced. The British were asked to leave the country. Do or die became the slogan of the time. The Britishers, frustrated, started inflicting violent measures like firing, killing, and mercy on Indians. Inciting many people and working alone with them against the British was Kiran Bora. She had to bear a lot of lathi charges and other actions by the police but never gave up.
Kiran also had to go into hiding to keep herself safe from the police. However, the sacrifices and loss of her fellow fighters like Bhogeshwari Phuknani, Lakhi Hazarika, Tilak Deka made her forget all attachments and join the war field. She fought till India was granted independence.
স্বাধীন ভাৰতৰ স্বাধীন নাৰী কিন্তু কোন সাহসত ক'ব আজি তেওঁলোক স্বাধীন হ'ল বুলি দেশে স্বাধীনতা লাভ কৰাৰ যি ৭৫ বছৰ অতিক্ৰম কৰাৰ পাছতো কোন মুখে আজি কি সাহসত এগৰাকী নাৰীয়ে নিজকে ক'ব স্বাধীন হ'ল বুলি ধন্য ধন্য তুমি কনকলতা ১৮ বছৰ বয়সত তুমি দেশৰ বাবে যি ত্যাগ কৰিলা সেই ত্যাগ আজি অথলে যোৱা নাই ভোগেশ্বৰী ফুকননী আৰু নলিনীবালা দেৱী আপোনালোকৰো ত্যাগ আজি অথলে যোৱা নাই কিন্তু আজি নাৰীয়ে ভদ্ৰ সমাজৰ মাজতো মূৰ তুলি থিয় হ'বলৈ সংশয় কৰে এইসকলে সেইসকল নাৰী যিসকল নাৰীয়ে পুৰুষৰ লগত সমানে যুঁজ দি দেশৰ বাবে স্বাধীনতা আনিলে তথাপিতো তেওঁলোকক আজি পুৰুষৰ লগত সমানে অধিকাৰ দিয়া হোৱা নাই আজি যদিও নাৰীসকল আগবাঢ়ি গৈছে তথাপিতো বহু ক্ষেত্ৰত আজি তেওঁলোক সীমাবদ্ধ হৈ ৰ'ব লগা হৈছে যেতিয়া এগৰাকী নাৰীক সমাজৰ বহু ক্ষেত্ৰত পিছুৱাই দিয়া হয় তেতিয়া তেওঁলোকে কোন মুখে নিজে ক'ব পাৰিব আজি তেওঁলোক স্বাধীন হ'ল যেতিয়া এগৰাকী নাৰীক প্ৰতিটো ক্ষেত্ৰতে অক্ষম বুলি ভবা হয় যেতিয়া এগৰাকী নাৰীক অন্ধবিশ্বাসৰ বলি সজাই হত্যা কৰা হয় কোন মুখেৰে তেওঁলোকে ক'ব যে স্বাধীনতাৰ পিছতো তেওঁলোকৰ অধিকাৰ আজি সুৰক্ষিত হৈ আছে শতবাৰ প্ৰণামিছো দেশৰ বাবে দিয়া আপোনালোকৰে ত্যাগক কিন্তু সেই আই বীৰাংগনাসকল আপোনালোকৰে অমূল্য ত্যাগৰ পিছতো আজি নাৰীসকল পিছ পৰি থাকিব লগা হৈছে যি ভাৰতবৰ্ষক ভাৰত মাতা হিচাপে গণ্য কৰা হয় সেই ভাৰতবৰ্ষতে প্ৰতিগৰাকী নাৰী হিচাপে প্ৰতিগৰাকী মাতৃ হিচাপে আজি তেওঁলোকৰ অস্তিত্ব যেন একেবাৰে হেৰাই গৈছে নিজৰ জাতিৰ বাবে নিজৰ দেশৰ মংগলৰ বাবে স্বদেশৰ গান গাই গাই আন্দোলন কৰা সেই নাৰীসকলক আজি দেখে পাহৰিব ধৰিছে সেয়াই মাতৃ আজিৰ এই পবিত্ৰ ক্ষণত আপোনালোকৰ ত্যাগক আমি শ্ৰদ্ধা সেই দেশৰ বাবে শ্বহীদ হোৱা বীৰাংগনাসকল আপোনালোকৰ এই মহান ত্যাগৰ বাবে আজি আমি দেশত স্বাধীনতা নামৰে সূৰ্যৰ মুখ দেখা পাইছোঁ আপোনালোকৰ এই ত্যাগৰ বৰ্ণনা প্ৰতিজন ভাৰতীয়ৰ মনত আৰু অসম তথা ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ বুৰঞ্জীৰ প্ৰতিশিলা পৃষ্ঠাত সোণালী আখৰেৰে লিপিবদ্ধ কৰিব জয় আই অসম ভাৰত মাতা কি জয়